start off today by adding the muffin mix, and I'm just going to pour it right into the container here, the bowl. And I noticed that they've actually put in little dehydrated blueberries in the mix. It's not like a fresh blueberry. I'm going to be adding a half a stick of butter, which I've melted in the microwave. Then I'm going to also be adding a half a cup of milk, a half a cup of oil, and 2 large eggs. And then you're just going to give this a stir. You don't need to use a mixer with this. You're just making muffins. It says you can do this by hand. So that's what we're going to do. I notice in a lot of these Dolly Parton recipes that they add half butter and half oil. That's probably one of the things that makes these products taste so good, is the extra butter instead of just putting oil in. Now I'm going to take some of these to my son and daughter-in-law, and the other ones I'm going to leave here for the grandkids, just as a special treat today. It's been kind of hard. My daughter-in-law had a baby last week, and she's been trying to recover, but it's been kind of tough. So I've sprayed my muffin tins, and all I'm going to do is just drop spoonfuls of this mix into my muffin tins. And this recipe is going to make 12 muffins. So I'm going to put the basic amount of muffins in, and then I'll go ahead and top them off if there's any left. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to put a topping on these muffins, and it comes with a nice little topping mix. We're just going to put that in with a tablespoon. It says of melted butter. I'm going to just soften my butter. All right, we're just going to add that butter to our mix. Are you enjoying this video today? If so, will you give me a like or a thumbs up, or share this video with someone you think might be enjoying it as well? I'm going to try to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And at the end of the year, if I hit my 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a brand new Presto canner to one lucky subscriber. So if you're interested in being part of that drawing, please subscribe today. Send me an email to homesteadpatch63@gmail.com, and I will go ahead and put you in the drawing. And if I can hit 10,000 subscribers, we all win. And give it a quick stir. You're just going to put a little bit of this crumbled topping right over your blueberry muffins. I just love these Dolly Parton mixes. I think they're really good. They're really easy to make, and they're really delicious, and I just think they're kind of fun. All right. So now all we're going to do is just kind of make sure we can get a little bit of topping on each one of these. Now, I would use a spoon, but it's kind of chunked together a little bit. So I'm actually going to use my fingers. I've washed my hands. I just want to make sure I can get a little bit of this crumbled topping right over the top of each of these muffins. you know, a good amount on each one. All right, I'm just gonna clean these up a little bit so they don't burn. And I'm gonna put them in a 375-degree oven, and it says that we're gonna cook these for 17 to 19 minutes. So I'll be back as soon as these are done. So our muffins are completely done. I have checked them all with a toothpick just to make sure everything came out clean. I'll be honest with you, there's very few things in life that smell better than a freshly baked blueberry muffin. I mean, these just smell so good. I mean, they just do. They're just so yummy and delicious. All right, so all I'm doing is just taking these out of the pan. I want them to cool on a wire rack. Sometimes, even though you don't really think about it, the pan will continue to cook just like eggs do, and you really don't want it to cook any longer than, you know, than it says for the recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these out. Plus it helps them cool pretty quickly. And they come out really easy. They smell really good. Now, I know these look pretty browned. That's the way I like my muffins. I actually only had them in the minimum time, but I actually put them on a higher rack because I like them to get a little bit crispy and crunchy on the outside. So this is just my, oops, knocked one of those little things off. Guess that'll be one of the ones I give to the grandkids. So all I'm gonna do now is just leave these be until it's time to head over to their house. So one of the ways that I just make it easy on myself and not worry about retrieving pans or plates or anything like that is that I always save any kind of plasticware that comes from a fast food or a restaurant. Now I love these ones from Farmer Boys because they're just so big. I mean, you order something and they give you this gigantic, you know, throwaway container. So I'm gonna go ahead and send some of these in this throwaway container. So I usually put a little paper towel down, and this is just really more just to, you know, keep things, if I have something that's moist, it just, I don't know, it just absorbs some of the moisture. So all I'm gonna do is just send some of these muffins, and then I'm gonna keep a couple for the grandkids when they get here. They're gonna be so excited. All right, I think that looks pretty good. That'll keep them in muffins for a couple days. I just put the lid over it. Now I might leave the lid off because I did just bake these. So I'm just gonna leave them on my table until I leave for their house. These I'm just gonna put on another little plate, and they'll be here when they get here this morning. So these are my muffins I'm gonna leave out for the kids. They look and smell delicious, and I think they're gonna be really excited.